Well, today's video is sponsored by Sunday's Dog Food, and these guys are ready for dinner. So welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. So we have some information from our resident tree expert. Show them what you got, Levi.
We have gall wasps.
Gall?
So they're from a gall wasp, so they're oak galls, but it's from a cynippid gall wasp is the name of the insect. And they're really cool. So you can see here, what's really cool, these are just the ones we have. They vary. I've seen pictures online. Some of them look like urchins almost. Some of them look like mushrooms. It's incredible, especially like California. I've seen some of the oaks they have in California. Really unique galls. But yeah, pretty much what it is so this cynippid gall wasp, in April this happens. So this happens in April before the trees leaf out, before the oaks leaf out. They'll inject an egg into the bud, and also they'll inject like this mimic hormone. So then that makes the oak generate these. So the oak grows this, makes this growth, and the whole point of it is for that wasp to leave its larvae inside of this so it can then be protected, because it's pretty tough. And
so it tricks the oak tree into making a protective shell around its larva.
Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, and there's tons, and it's not the wasp that stings you. It almost looks like a gnat, kind of, you know, but it's in that same family, same order as like ants and wasps and bees. But yeah, they do that, and then you can have hundreds on a tree even. They could have hundreds. So it always happens in April, and it's like a 5-minute period where it does that. And I've even read in this book I was reading about them that some of them can create like a sweet, like give off like a sweet material that draws ants in, and those ants protect this. Like, so the ants are there. Any predatory wasp or like parasitoid wasp that would try and get in here, the ants would take care of it. So it's incredible what they can do, and they vary a lot. These are just some of the ones. You can see this one, you know, this was from a couple days ago I found, so it's dried up. This one's real fresh, and they're tough. They're really tough, you know.
Very cool.
Maybe a little too much information. They're very complex though. So I mean,
I had no idea.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Thanks for the info.
Yeah.
Melissa got something, and I don't think it's going to go over real well. Set them down. Their new brother.
I was carrying this through the store, and then I was standing in the checkout line like this. And this lady turns around. She goes, "Oh, how cute." I go, "Yeah, it's kind of like when I have to drag them home from the neighbor's house." Here I am.
Not since we got our fence.
Nope.
They don't smell it, it's not real. So this evening, we are going to knock the new off of this Kubota LX4020. I got this about a little over a month ago, and I haven't used it yet. I just put the land plane on it, and we have a pretty big project for it here. We're going to head over to neighbor Cliff's place. He got a triaxle load of 2A limestone, and we're going to spread it on his driveway, grade it all up. I like this combination for spreading stone and, you know, grading driveways and things like that. I was going to take the skid loader over first just to get all the stone on the driveway, but I figured by the time I run over and back and then come back and get the tractor, I'll probably have it done with this. But the land plane is a GS 1572, so it's a 6-footer. Sticks out past the tires nicely, but this tractor will handle it fine. It's 40 horsepower. Rear tires are loaded, and plus the bucket on this is a little bigger than the last one I had. This is a light material use bucket. Durability for most loading and moving jobs. That is definitely a much bigger bucket than the one I had on the last one. I don't use it for digging, but for, you know, spreading stone, moving topsoil, firewood, whatever. I'm glad I went with a bigger bucket. So I have 3 more rippers over behind the building, but I'll put them on later. I don't use them for spreading stone. All right, I'm just about wrapped up here. Looks pretty good. I wish I had Adam's roller. That's the ticket on this 2A limestone. But it came out pretty good. And I know a lot of people say, why didn't we just have them tailgated on? I just don't like that at all. You know, you need more stone in some places, you need less in others. The driveway gets wide out there. I would rather just put the stone where I need it and use the land plane to grade it out. I didn't get the whole way over to this edge right here because we have a French drain in there. I put that in years ago and it still works great. It's probably, if I remember correctly, 20 inches deep. Starts the whole way down there by the house, comes to here, and then we ran solid pipe down to the ditch line on the road. And when it rains hard, there's still water flying out of that pipe down there. So I didn't want to cover that trench up with the 2A, because what he has here is driveway's real flat. You know, everything's real flat, and water was accumulating up there just off the concrete. And that all went away when we put that French drain in, because there's a little rise right here, so the water would come down, gets in that drain, goes away. But works out good. When I'm using this land plane, I use it more backwards than I do pulling. But when I have piles of stone, you know, I do a little bit of everything. Push it off with the loader, pull some with the land plane, push some with it. But when I'm doing that final grade, I definitely like going backwards. People always question that. For me, it's real easy that way. You get the tractor sitting flat, and you carry a little bit of stone with you in the land plane, and you can carry that grade out real nice. If you're pulling it, you know, and you get one little whoop-de-woo, you're constantly trying to adjust and catch up with it the whole time. So I like to keep some stone behind the land plane and just carry it on out, and you can really make it nice and smooth. But anyway, I'm going to touch up a few tiny little windrows here, head over to the house, and I'll report back tomorrow morning. By the way, when I started that, the tractor had 2.4 hours on it, so it took 1.3 hours. Earlier, I mentioned that today's video was sponsored by Sunday's Dog Food. We really like it, and the dogs absolutely love it. Sunday's is a fresh dog food made from a short list of human-grade ingredients. Sunday's was co-founded by Dr. Troy Waxman, a practicing veterinarian. Sunday's contains 90% meat, 10% vegetables, and 0% synthetic nutrients. Unlike other fresh dog foods, Sunday's does not require refrigeration or preparation because of their air drying process. All you got to do is pour and serve. Here's how they do it. They start the recipe with human-grade, research-backed ingredients, gently air dry the quality protein, fruits, and veggies to lock in the nutrients so your dog can enjoy fresh nutrition that's ready for you to pour and serve. Sunday's makes it incredibly easy to feed your dogs top quality foods even on the go, and every order ships right to your door, so you never have to worry about running out, because that would be a disaster. Get 50% off your first order of Sunday's. Go to sundaysfordogs.com/themorgans or use code THEMORGANS at checkout. right, so I'm down here working at the pond today, and what I was doing is this. I had this little area right here, and I made a spot to stockpile this material that I took out of the pond. And what I'm doing, I'm trying to mix it as I go. I have some that's a little drier than the rest, and you know, I'm taking it from different piles and combining it into one. But this should be pretty good stuff for a garden or, like, you know, the food plot, but it's going to need to dry out a little bit more. And somehow it's amazing, it does dry out once you get it piled up and out of the pond. Next year at this time, this will be like powder, but it should be pretty good stuff. I did a video down here years ago, but there's a big oak tree. Which one is it? Yeah, that one right there. The whole side of that tree came out, and it got almost to the edge of the pond. It was huge, and I came down here and cleaned that up. What you see here is the remnants of that, and when I'm done, I'll just kind of push that all into a pile and let it rot down. But yeah, this stuff's gonna be better than what I thought it would be. Everyone in the comments said how great it was, calling it black gold. I don't know if I'd go that far, but it should be pretty good soil. You just have to take the time and let it dry and mix it a little bit, and it should work out really good. Over here, this is the first stuff that I started taking out, because when I'm all done, this will all be dressed up, graded off real nice. But that stuff is noticeably drier than the stuff I had over here. But it's been real dry. About a week and a half ago, we had one real heavy rain. But I only have, I got about 6 or 7 more logs in the pond right there. I got that piece right there to come out, clean up these piles here, and then just dress everything up. But yeah, we took quite a bit out of there. So I've been meaning to answer a question. The other day, I published a video. I was delivering firewood with the mini skid, and there were a ton of questions. I should have addressed it in the video. People were asking, you know, what I charge for a deposit on the empty baskets, or how do I arrange to get them back to my place. It's real easy. I only do that for customers that have bought off me for a couple years. And what I'll do, first thing in the spring, I'll take 12 full baskets out and bring the 12 empties back. So that's how we'll work that. If it's someone that, you know, maybe just start buying off us, I would probably charge a deposit, but I know I'll get these ones back and I won't have to make a special trip. Whenever I take next year's wood, bring all the empties back. I'll be glad to get this all done down here before the weather turns bad, but it has just been, I tell you, it was a really nice summer. It was. We had a couple weeks where it was real hot, but it's just been a really nice summer, and fall is starting to shape up the same way. I know it's not going to last forever, but I am enjoying it while it's here. Yeah, it's just beautiful down here. Look at the size of this oak right here. And this is actually one of the smaller ones down here. That's probably 36 inches. Massive. Hemlocks. I shot my first deer when I was a kid. Right over there, about 50 yards. This is actually on my this is on my mom's property right here. Yeah, when I was a kid. 12 years old, right over there. He was over on that hillside. Took a little stroll down memory lane there. But before we wrap this up, a couple things. If you're a subscriber to our channel, please make sure that you are still subscribed. If you're not, and you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing. And also, if you have friends or family that are into the same types of things that we are, share some of our videos with them. I would appreciate it. But anyway, I think that's about it for today's video. We'll catch you on the next one.